What you just saw there was footage not from a third world country, not from Gaza, not from Israel, not from the Ukrainian war battleground. This is an American university right here in the United States of America on UCLA campus. Police finally breaking up these violent encampments, these Hamas-supported, Antifa-supported. There's no students here. These are all outside agitators at these encampments. And I'm going to show you video and discuss this. I think the most poignant statement about this entire debacle, remember, I have firsthand experience. I've taught at these universities. I know these people. I know the administration. I know the highest level from the president to the chancellor. I know what they think. I know how they think. I know why they're doing this. I'm going to show you what former President Trump said about this entire protest across the United States, universities, Ivy League, campuses, state schools, etc. I think he says the most poignant thing that you will hear about this whole thing, plus more. It is an amazing speech. But first, I can't believe I'm going to say this. This was not on my bingo card in 2024. Listen to what, I can't believe I actually think this is a good point. I'm actually giving the Reverend Al Sharpton some kudos. And before you guys, pass out from shock, listen to what he says about this. Check this out.
How do the Democrats, how do all of us on that side say January 6th was wrong if you can have the same pictures going on college campuses?
Lord, don't make a parallel with January 6th.
You lose the moral high ground.
That has happened, though.
Okay.
That has happened.
So we know what's going on here.
Did you hear the MSNBC correspondent say, oh, no, please don't compare this to January 6th. That doesn't fit our narrative. Al Sharpton calling out the Democrats. How in the world? Did you hear that? Let me know what you think of that in the comments. I mean, if what I think is happening, I've talked about this many, many times, about the awakening of the American consciousness, that people, the disillusioned Democrats, centrist independents, are starting to see the light. You got Joe Rogan, who literally voted for a Marxist-Leninist in 2016 and Bernie Sanders. Now, using his critical thinking, using logic, now saying there's no way I'm voting for Biden. People are waking up. Al Sharpton, what do you think of what he just said? Holy macadamia nut. I have to say he's absolutely 1 billion% correct. Why? Because these are not students. This is highly organized. This is the egregious policies of the left. This is the product. This is the byproduct. This is the byproduct of the indoctrination camps. This is the byproduct of the ideologies that are being spewed at all of these universities. This is universal. All of these universities, they spew the same anti-American, pro-communistic, pro-anarchistic, pro-protesting, pro-support of anti-capitalism all across the board. Check out this really quickly, then we're going to get to Trump. You got to stick around for Trump. Check out what these supposed leaders of the UCLA protest, listen to the language on what they say. This is living proof that everything I've been saying for decades is 100% true. Listen to this.
I think it's more than divestment as well. I think given the fact that the University of California is founded on colonialism, it's inherently a violent institution. There needs to be an addressment of U.S. imperialism and its ties to the UC system and how it perpetuates war and violence abroad. Not only abroad, but also here, locally. We see this with the brutality, the police brutality that black and brown students face here at UCLA, Arab students, Muslim students, Palestinian students. And I myself have personally been faced those violences that the UC has perpetuated and continues to perpetuate. It's not just a means of divestment, it's a divestment from Zionism.
This is literally right out of the playbook. Play the race card. anti-capitalism, anti-America, colonialism. We're oppressed. Oppression has been romanticized. These guys have been fed absolute vomit, parasitic ideas their entire education. This is what parents, your hundreds of thousands of dollars per semester at these Ivy League schools, this is what it's going to. And why are they all wearing masks? Did I miss something? Are we in the midst of another pandemic? I mean, I know we're in a mental pandemic, but is there another? What's going on here? Why all of them are wearing these N95 masks? Why are you wearing these N95 masks? Oh, could it be that you want to hide your identity because you really don't believe in anything you're saying and you're actually just there to sow chaos? Perhaps. Tell me what you think of this in the comments. Again, I speak from personal experience, Nez Nation. I have taught for decades at these universities. I have been fired from multiple universities for standing up and saying, why are we teaching our kids this? Why is this the curriculum? Why do I have to put this on my syllabus? Don't I have the right to teach kids critical thinking, to teach them critical analysis? That's the very tenets of Aristotle's rhetorical principles. I have been fired for standing up to this. I know firsthand. I know what these people are. I know who they are in and out. I know what their souls consist of. I know their minds. I know the ideologies. It's not these young people's fault. This comes from the top. Here, let's check out the coup de grace. Check out what Donald Trump brilliantly characterizes this as. And this is probably the most important message. Check this out.
Thank you very much. So as you know, late last night we got back from Michigan. We went to Wisconsin and Michigan yesterday. We had tremendous rallies, sold out rallies. They were packed and the enthusiasm's never been better. So that was a great thing. And it was nice to be able to campaign one day without being in this ridiculous show trial, Biden trial I call it. But it was quite a day yesterday and many of you were there. And I appreciate your being there. I thought the coverage was very fair. The economy.
By the way, some of the biggest rallies each of those states has ever seen, Wisconsin and Michigan. What a hard worker. In between this sham trial, he goes to two separate rallies in two separate states. There's no stopping this guy. Meanwhile, Vegetable in Chief can barely shuffle across the White House lawn without falling down.
People are asking me about the economy. It's doing terribly, and interest rates are obviously not going to be able to be reduced prior to the election because inflation is roaring back. Gasoline's way up, other things are way up, and it's roaring back like they are very surprised. I'm not surprised, but they're surprised. I guess they're surprised. That's what they say anyway. So that's on the economy. It looks pretty bleak for interest rates, and I don't think there's any way they can cut them because inflation, remember, is a country buster. When you have inflation, that breaks countries. I mean, literally breaks countries, and we can't take that chance. So we'll see what they do, but it was sort of announced yesterday they can't do much with the interest rates. They'll have to remain very high, and it's very unfortunate. We had low interest rates, they have high interest rates. That's very unfortunate. When you compare my economy to this economy, not even a contest. We had the greatest economy in history, and now we have sort of a lousy economy, but the problem with the economy is the inflation. And anything you made, you more than gave back. We call it a 50% tax. It's a Biden tax. It's called an inflationary tax. And it's about 50%, and that's what it is, whether you like it or not, and it's too bad.
You can't argue with this.
We're down at the trial now, getting ready to spend another day in the courthouse, which is bogus trial that every leading authority on law says should never have been brought, that Alvin Bragg didn't want to bring it until the election happened, and then he brought it. You just do know that this case could have been brought 8 years ago. Could have been brought 8 years ago. Instead, they wait and wait and wait. They know it's not a good case, and now it's turned out to be they've lost they have no case. They have no case. But we have a very conflicted judge, unfortunately, and so you never know. But other than that, there's no case, and it should have never been brought. But if it was going to be brought, it should have been brought 8 years ago. You know, we're talking about 2015, 2016. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And they wait till I announce, and then they start their action, and then they wait till prime time, Super Tuesday. It all started Super Tuesday, the biggest day. which we won every single thing. I mean, Super Tuesday was a big day for me, but that's when it all really came into being. And who starts a case right smack in the middle of somebody's elections? It should be illegal because it's election interference. So we're going to go in right now, and I will comment just quickly on the colleges and universities. It's a shame. I'm so proud of the New York's finest. They're great people too. I know so many of them. They're incredible. They did a job at Columbia, and likewise in Los Angeles, they did a really good job at UCLA. It was very much embedded. And just so you understand, this is the radical left. This is a movement from the left, not from the right. The right is not your problem. Despite what law enforcement likes to say, the FBI director said that he worries about the right. No, don't worry about the right. The right's fine. Worry about the left, because this is a movement from the left. These are radical left lunatics. And they got to be stopped now, because it's going to go on, and it's going to get worse and worse. And, you know, they take over countries, okay? And we're not letting them take over the USA. We're not letting the radical left morons take over this country. You can't let that happen.
God bless America.
And the law enforcement and the people at DOJ, instead of going after Donald Trump, they ought to look at what's happening in their own offices, because you're loaded up with radical left people who want this country to fail. And we're not going to let this country fail. Thank you very much.
Wow. 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 Poignant, articulate, strong, defiant, and more importantly, the God's honest truth. This type of radicalism takes over countries, Trump says. This type of lunacy, these moronic people, they have no plan to enact change. They just want to sow chaos, and they just want to take over. What an amazing statement. The right's not the problem. This is all from the left. If you missed it, there was that group of frat guys from the University of North Carolina who surrounded the American flag and protected the American flag. Actually, John Rich, country singer, said he's going to be sponsoring an event with those guys. They have a GoFundMe that's reached over $200,000. A lot of people are touting them as American heroes, and I would definitely concur with that, because you see these left, radical, left, anti-American, pro-Hamas encampments putting up Palestinian flags, replacing the American flag. You turncoat conspiracy traitors and treasonous, vile lunatics, as Trump says. How dare you besmirch the American flag? Not only that, not only did they replace the American flag, but there was video. I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to give them any dignity here on my channel, but there was video of them actually dragging our flag, that people have died, sacrificed their lives, that people have defended freedoms for us, liberties, opportunities, values, principles that we get to, and they do too, actually. We get to take advantage of the opportunities of those sacrifices. How dare you defame our symbol of freedom? They're dragging the American flag across campus, spitting on it, stomping on it. Forget about expulsion. They should all be deported. Send them all to Gaza if they really care. Send them all to Gaza if they hate colonialism. Oh, and they can't stand American imperialism and American capitalism. All these stupid, pseudo-academic, leftist, intellectual, snobby words that mean nothing, that have no bearing on our country, have no bearing on global issues, have no bearing on real practical issues. I think that the choice is clear, ladies and gentlemen. The choice is clear. Do you want chaos? Do you want inflation? Do you want economic abject poverty? Do you want high crime? Do you want treasonous behavior, anti-American behavior? Do you want homelessness encampments everywhere? Do you want these ideologies to spread like the parasitic virus they are? Or do you want American values, principles, liberties, the things that we believe in, the things that have made this country great? The choice is clear. And, you know, I hope to God people are starting to wake up. I think they are. I have faith in our American republic. I have faith in the citizens of the greatest country on planet Earth. I have faith in you, in me, that the right thing, the right action will take place. This is the most consequential year of our republic. This is the most consequential election, I think, since 1861. The stakes couldn't be higher. I need you to tap that thumbs up. I need you to share this video with as many people as possible. People still believe CNN and MSNBC and these unbelievable AOC. How dare her calling these peaceful protests. Ilhan Omar, probably the most anti-American treasonous spy sitting in our chamber of Congress, actually pseudo-representing American citizens, saying that how dare the police go in there and disrupt peaceful protests? This is not peaceful, lawful protests. Look, America protects lawful, peaceful assembly. These are not lawful, peaceful assemblies. They're preventing Jewish students from attending classes they paid for. They're preventing the actual campus from carrying out classes, lectures, education, which is what it's supposed to be doing. They're preventing students from entering. It's not a peaceful assembly. And how dare you, the squad, how dare you? You should be ashamed of yourself. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of what Trump said. What do you think of everything that's happening? I would love to hear from you. As always, it's extremely hard for me to respond to every single comment. I try really, really hard. But members and super chats and super thanks, you guys get first top priority. Consider becoming a member. It only costs you a cup of coffee to support this channel for a whole month, and you get special perks, special badges next to your name, special shout outs and live streams, top priority comments, and exclusive access to our members only Discord, which is, once you become a member, there's a link, there's a post just for members where you can access that Discord. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right now. Don't forget to become a Nez Nation Insider. As always, God bless you, and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.